Go.
What do you know about feminism?
I know a thing or two about feminism. I know that it's a cultural movement and a political movement with different kind of goals. And a big one of these is to ensure equality for women. Just women, and I think it now is kind of broadened to include other groups who are historically excluded.
Do you consider yourself to be a feminist, and why?
I'm still kind of thinking about this one, to be honest. To the extent that I believe in the feminist political agenda, yes, I think I am. The reason I'm hesitant to say I'm a feminist, though, is because I don't know exactly what that entails beyond that. I don't see. In other words, I don't see why it's important to define an extra term for something I kind of already believe in anyway. I'm wishy-washy on that because I'm still figuring it out for myself.
So, what do it mean to you?
What does feminism mean to me? It means justice, for one thing. I think that's a big idea. I've been able to learn about it and talk to people who identify themselves as feminists. I think an important part of this is, again, not excluding people based on their gender, whatever that is, or whether they don't define as any particular gender.
Do you think that feminism is a bad thing?
A bad thing? No, I don't think so at all. I think as a historical movement, it's been tremendously important. Like, we wouldn't have the equality or I don't want to say equality because I think there are still important strides we need to make to continue this effort. But I don't think we'd be where we are today without movements that have been called feminism or that have been argued for on the basis of feminist theory. Namely, yeah, go ahead.
When were you first introduced to feminism?
Probably in high school, same age as you guys, roughly. I don't think I had a real good introduction to it until I went off to college, though, and met with people who wanted to engage with feminist theory and feminist ideas. But yeah, I think my first kind of rough introduction to it was through college, through high school. And even then, I didn't have the best understanding of what it really entailed because I didn't know any people who really identified as feminists.
So, how do you feel about people who think negatively about feminism? Do you think people should not be feminists, should be pro-feminism?
How do I feel about people who think negatively of feminism? I think that it's important to get to the bottom of why they feel negatively about feminism. There are lots of reasons that I think are legitimate reasons to disagree with feminism as a political movement or as a cultural movement. Some of them don't sound too unreasonable. A lot of them, though, seem like kind of veiled sexism. And those I don't feel the obligation to really engage with people who support those sorts of arguments. I think debating and discussing ideas is important, and subjecting people's really lame or bigoted arguments to the public sphere is important. So it's important that those people have the platform to express their qualms of feminism, but sad to say that they probably won't hold the test of merit, and won't go very far if they make those arguments. So you still gotta, let them speak.
So, what do you think that we can do to try to help change or bring this help the movement?
Well, it depends on what kind of it's a movement, and there are several prongs to the movement. So it depends on what goals you're hoping to achieve. What were you talking about? Access to equal pay, or
equality in general.
equality in general. So this might be an important point to consider, is that there are different ways of equality or inequality that are all important to varying degrees. I think a big one that I really get behind is equality of wages. Thanks. So it's a really complicated issue. Because I think there are all these historical and even current forces against women accessing higher paying jobs or doing the same amount or quality of work as men and not getting paid the same rate. I think any laws that can further that movement are really a good thing. I'm not sure attacking that problem from a cultural critical view. So when you go off to college, hopefully you're thinking about college, you go off to college and learn about feminist theory. I think that stuff is great at kind of critiquing the patriarchal society that we have, and finding ways you can kind of chip away at it more subtly. But my suspicion is, equal pay for women is going to come through laws. A really important this is maternity leave. I think there need to be a lot more stronger initiatives to help women for maternity leave, and also paternity leave. We need it too. I hope to have kids someday, and I'm hoping to take as much time as I need to raise my family. You look to European countries, and they're so much more advanced than we are about this.
You said European country.
Mm-hmm. You can look into that. Don't quote me on it, because I'm no real expert. But
Oh, that's all my questions. Thank you.
that's your questions. This is a pleasure.